All right. So we'll start on our mats, of course, because it's yoga, duh. And then we will, you can lay down or sit. It doesn't really matter. We're going to get moving kind of quickly, so. Well, I see that. We'll see. So whatever way you want, seated or lying down, either way. And wherever you land, just allow yourself to really land. Like you don't need to hold yourself up right here. So if you're seated, let your butt just rest. Let whatever is connecting feel it's being held, so you can have a little ease there. Or if you're lying down, you can have a lot of ease. And again, if you're seated, just let your body with your breath, let it grow with the inhales. And let it stay elevated and heightened and long and open with even as you exhale. And reconnect. And feel your connection with whatever's touching your mat. And then try to just soften around the edges. Well, don't try too hard, just soften. Just don't make it a big deal. Just feel like the edges of you are releasing, so you have a strong center, but the outer edges can kind of relax. And then I just read this morning really fast, and I'm like, what? That sounds long, but we're going to try it because I tried it, and we can do it. And if you can't, it doesn't matter. It's just something to keep us focused and centered and bring us out of the outside and more inside. So they said, breathe, inhale for 10 and exhale for 10. So my assumption is the softer we are and the less we're trying, maybe the deeper, longer, smoother our breathing can be. So give it a whirl, give us some silence to just count the breaths in and out. And don't worry about counting, just enjoy your breathing now. April 17th, Abraham Hicks. Regarding your creation of your own life experience, there really is only one important question for you to ask. How can I bring myself into vibrational alignment with the desires that my experience has produced? And the answer is simple. Pay attention to the way you feel. And deliberately choose thoughts about everything that feel good to you when you think them. So back to the way, maybe when you first met me and I met you, we began that 17 seconds. Sometimes I maybe like to gloat in things and let myself spiral down. And that's okay, because sometimes we need to. But the longer we go, the harder it is to get out, right? So maybe today we can invite ourselves to practice feeling it and then giving it 16 seconds max, right? When we hit that 17-second mark, our vibration's really starting to get some rhythm to it, right? And some roll. So 17 seconds of roll. So we can feel whatever we're feeling. Frustrated with somebody or whatever that's not so happy of a feeling or not so aligned with who we are and our pure positive energy. And then, okay, swish. Let's sometimes, so don't be hard on ourselves though. If it doesn't work, sometimes knowing what we don't want helps us to form what we do want, right? But being aware of our thoughts and choosing them. Here we go. So if you're lying down, let's imagine where you might be. Yep, you can bring one knee and then the other into your chest. Give yourself a hug. And lovingly roll yourself over to a side, eventually meeting us here in our seated position. And if you have a bolster, I forgot, and you have it near you, you can grab that. And if you have blocks, I'm assuming you already have your blocks near you, unlike me, you can have those ready because we're going to use them. And then lastly, if you have something for under your knees, I forgot my blocks. If you have something for under your knees, because we're gonna kneel. And for those of you who, for some reason, if you can't kneel, your body's not allowing that, stay seated, and we'll try it seated. But if you're able to kneel, if you need something under your knees or behind your knees, go for it. And then here we are, starting a little bit differently than we usually do. Thinking about what we can do, right? Things we can do versus what we can't do. And so as you're ready, we're gonna just kind of hug in, feel like yourself, the outside of your muscles stuff hugging into your bones. So like, yes, drawing in and sitting tall. And as you're ready, we're gonna inhale the arms up to the sky. I got my shot yesterday. Exhale. Look up, draw the navel toward the spine. Enjoy just being here. Even let's play with softening those edges when we start to get frustrated, like letting it drip off like those 17 seconds. So we're up, I can feel myself getting all tight and tense. But now, maybe softening the edges, even though you're just as strong, just as tall, feel like that little bit of softening around our edges. Some of the ears maybe aren't, or the shoulders aren't up in our ears so much, right? Other things we do, squinting maybe. There we go. Ooh. Okay, dance with the fingers for just a little bit, frolic. And then exhale, flip the palms, bring the hands, interlace them behind the back. Reach those knuckles down. And then as you exhale, we're gonna fold forward. Again, you might wanna put a bolster here or a block in front of you, depending on what everyone's so different, so whatever our bodies need. And then turn your head to the left. Still. Broad through the collarbones, reaching those shoulder blades down. Soften a little bit through the elbows if you're causing pain. And then inhale. We're going to come back up, nice and tall. And then exhale. The head is going to turn the opposite direction as the arms are going to float down and behind you. You got it. Interlace the fingers and forward fold or bow, right? Head turns to the left this time. Inhaling again, back up, arms up, over the head. Navel toward the spine. Exhale, flip the palms, turn the head back. I was saying it the opposite, your left cheek's coming down, but do the opposite if you are opposite than me. Again, inhale, coming up nice and tall. Exhale, flip the palms, hands interlace. You can even interlace the fingers differently each time. And then folding forward, turning the head to the side. Inhale, back up. We'll go one more each side. Just because we're probably getting used to it now, getting a rhythm. Exhale, release it down. Hands reach back, knuckles as you fold and bow forward, let your head turn to a side. One more time, up we go, nice and tall. Really tall, let the spine stretch. Exhale, fold forward, interlace, maybe the opposite finger on top. Inhale, back up if you want to come all the way up nice and tall. Feel free, tuck those toes. Ooh, nice and tall. Let the tailbone reach down. And then exhale, flip the palms, bring the hands behind the back one more time. Reach the knuckles down. Let the heart reach up. You're coming into like a heart opener here. Reaching up.
that you feel behind your heart, supporting it as you reach up with the heart, down with the hands. Maybe like you're trying to pull your hands apart even. You can let the chin fall back if you'd like, lifting up or not. And soften around the edges here. Squeeze those shoulder blades down, and as you're ready to inhale, navel to spine, inhale the arms up. Exhale, palms and finger pads together, lowering down to a low kneel. Ooh. Inhale again. Sitting bones touching the heels or wherever you are. If you're cross-seated, that's fine. As you exhale, bring the right hand to the right knee and the left hand behind you. Again, you might want to put a block there if your left fingertips don't touch. I'm just gently opening up, so feel your hips facing forward or even to the right if that helps you to keep neutral here. Inhale again as you come tall. Exhale through center. Ooh. One more time, inhaling. Getting nice and tall, reaching up to the crown of the head. Exhale, twisting open to the right hand behind you. And the hips nice and stable. It's like we're hugging in. Feel the shoulder blades come down the back. Feel the collarbones widen, broaden, smile. Inhale, get tall again. Exhale, release back to center. Ooh. This time you're welcome to spread the knees if you'd like or not. We're going to inhale tall. Exhale for child's pose. So your version of child's pose for just a moment or two. Coming back to our breath. Letting anything in the mind just drip right out down through the mat. And then feel a thought that feels good to you when you think it. Reach the arms nice and long. Push down on the palms of the hands. Lift the armpits up and draw them back. Let the hips reach down. Just feel the opening here. Lengthening through the spine like the hips reach back. And then exhale, walk your hands back. We're going to come into all fours right here. Squeaky. Spread your fingers. Draw the navel in. You got this. You can either tuck the toes or not, but whatever's connected to the earth, feel your connection. You're there, you're held. We're not floating around. Inhale as your heart reaches forward. Your tailbone reaches up. Exhale as you tuck the tailbone, drop it down. Draw the navel into the chest, drop the head. Inhale, coming back up through cow pose. Exhale back through cat. Really reach the center of your back up to the ceiling. Inhale again through cow. Exhale back up through cat. Dropping the tailbone. One more time, each one. Inhale through cow. Exhale through cat. Coming back gently with love right back to your tabletop. Take a few shakes, left to right, right to left. Feel free to look over the shoulder. And any quick, or not quick, just any movements that feel good to you before we move into a hip openers. And that might just be staying still. Or just moving the head or neck. And then as you're ready, we're going to meet back in our stationary tabletop. And let's extend that left leg this time. Left leg nice and long. And then notice our hips. We're going to pay attention to our hips because a few poses, if they're open or lopsided, it will take us off balance. It will not feel good for our back. relax. So try to level out that back and just feel how it feels to be strong. Push down on that foot, that extended left leg. And then inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bend the knee. Let's go for some hip circles here. Knee circles. You can let the knee draw a circle. Yep, I like to lean over to the right, but catching myself, it's not an easy pose, right? And then you can go in the opposite direction if you feel like you want to. You don't have to. Just getting the blood flowing, opening things up, all the creaks and snap, snap, what's crackle pops out. And then when you're ready, let it go, let it down, wag it out. And we'll go to side two. So inhale as you extend that right leg nice and long. See if we can just notice our hips, draw the shoulder blades down the spine. Lift those armpits, and when you're ready, lift that leg. Feel your length before you start moving, maybe, right? Just feel how long you are, navel to spine. And then exhale, bending the knee. Making some circular motions here as you breathe. Softening maybe around the edges. If you find you're getting too serious, the universe will take care of it. If you want to switch directions, go ahead. Keep breathing or enjoying your breathing. And then when you feel complete on this side, we're going to set that right knee down and maybe wag it out one more time, or just movements that feel good for you right now. Okay, here we go. Plant the hands, tuck the toes. If you would like to step your hands a step forward, go ahead. Draw the navel into the spine as you exhale, lifting the knees, the hips up to the sky into our first downward facing dog together. I love thinking about someone just holding my hips and pulling them up and back as I reach my heart forward. Imagine that. Just feel the extra difference when your heart reaches forward. Let your neck rest here. Inhaling. Maybe your knees bend a ton just to feel that nice lengthening of your body here. Hips still reaching up though. And then as you're ready, exhale those heels toward the mat. One more full inhale. Exhale, bend your knees and just begin to slowly, with love, walk your way out. You might have wide legs, you might not be touching the ground. It doesn't matter. Walk your way up. When you get there, exhale and fold forward. Release it down. Think about your ankles and your hips being stacked. Sometimes the butt likes to come way back. And even notice here as you forward fold, release your head, release anything that you want to release, any thoughts that aren't serving you. Just notice if all the weight is in one part of your foot. And just gently ease yourself into a more balanced distribution here. And then as you're ready, slight bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Open up in the fronts of the shoulder heads here. Exhale, fold forward. And once again, inhale, halfway lift. I always put myself there. Exhale, fold forward. Last time, ground down. Inhale through halfway. Keep on going all the way out with the arms. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Up, up, up. Tailbone reaches down. Exhale, flip the palms. Let the arms come down to the sides. And then let's go up through center. Inhale, up through center. Woo. And then exhale out to the sides and down. Last time. Inhale, arms out and up. Keep them up this time. Whoops. Bring your, interlace your fingers except for your pointer fingers, like a steeple, right? Like for a church steeple. And your thumbs are up. Yes. And then let your shoulders go right back down, away from the ears. Maybe rock forward and backward on the feet till you find your center again, if you've lost it. Get nice and tall all the way from the base of the spine. And then exhale, reaching to the right, so opening up the left side. Inhale up through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale up through center. Exhale, release the hands, forward fold. Ooh. Plant your hands, step your feet back, come into plank. You can always come to forearm plank if that feels good for you today. Reach those heels back. Reach the navel in toward the spine. Feel the difference. And then reach your heart forward. A few breaths here. And then as you exhale, knees can come down or not. We're going to lower all the way down into our Cobra. So lowering down. Planting the hands. Maybe don't push so hard this time on the hands. Plant the feet. Reach the tailbone. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward. Feel the reach, feel the length. Exhale down. 2 more times. Shoulders reach away from the ears. Heart reaches forward. And when you feel like we've finished with this and it feels so wonderful, tuck those toes, hug those elbows toward the body as you reach them back, coming all the way back up, downward facing dog. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. You can move the knees if you want, a little bending or pedaling. Just breathing, opening, lifting the armpits up and back. Reach the heart forward. Reach the sitting bones up. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, walk or hop your way up to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway when you get there. Exhale, fold forward. Again, inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Ground, lengthen, open. Reach those hands back if you're, yes. Exhale, fold forward. All the way this time, ground the feet so that you can just reach up all the way to the sky. Exhale, flip the palms down to the sides, go right back up through the center, and this time bring the fingers together, make your steeple. Steeple hands. So shoulders down and then soften the edges again. Let's find our strength and then soften the edges. Inhale tall. Exhale, bending to the right, opening through the left side. Inhale tall. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale tall, stay here for just a minute. And this time you're welcome to add on if you'd like. As we inhale tall and exhale to the right, we can start to lift the right leg as well. So let's try it. Inhale tall. Exhale, lifting the right leg out to the right side. Whew, a little balance. Inhale tall. Exhale, lifting the left leg as we bend to the left side. Stretch over there. Inhale tall. Let's do it again. One more each side. Exhale, reaching to the right. Woo. Inhale tall. Exhale, reaching, bending, crescenting over to the left. Inhale tall, up, up, up and away. Exhale, flip the palms, fold forward, plant your hands, and step back. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale fully here. And then exhale, release the heels toward the mat. Whew. One more inhale. Exhale, let it go. With the next inhale, raise that right leg. It doesn't have to go super high. Think about those hips being square, right? And then exhale, right heel to the right butt. And then gliding partially toward plank, rounding the back, bring the knee in toward the chest. Inhale, straighten back to standing split per se. And then exhale, right heel to the right buttocks. And then gliding into plank like a cat back. Bring the knee into the chest. So wrists and shoulders are above and below one another. Inhale back up. Exhale, plant. Ooh, you can take a child's pose, or you can stay right here. A few breaths here. Push down on the inner edges of the hands if you're in dog pose. Here we go, second side. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, left heel to left buttocks, and then gliding partially into plank, cat back, knee to chest. Inhale, extend that left leg again. Exhale, heel toward butt, gliding into that partial plank, lifting up through the round end of the back. Inhale, back up. Exhale, plant that foot, glide forward to plank, and keep on going this time all the way down, lowering down, coming up to Cobra or up dog. When you're through with your beautiful breaths, tuck your toes, draw your navel in, hug your arms in as their elbows reach back, and you come back up to downward facing dog. Inhale up to your toes this time in your down dog. Oops, oh wait, no big deal. Love it, Dee. Thank you for helping me. Yep, keep the navel drawn in. It feels like a little bit of support here. Up to the toes, and then as you exhale, look forward, bend the knees, and then either little hops or steps up to the front of your mat, forward fold. This time as you inhale, reach the heart forward, and then sit the hips back. And you can even bring the feet together if that feels best for you. And we're just going to come into a chair pose. So the arms are going to come out and up, or they can come to heart center. And then think about your hips, maybe even touch them, kind of helping them to find some alignment here. Navel, front of the body draws toward the back of the body. Palms together if you're in prayer. And as you inhale, reach the heart up. And as you exhale, find that balance between reaching your hips back, right? So inhaling, heart lifts. Exhaling, hips maybe lower or reach back, or both. If your lower back hurts, think about your tailbone reaching long. Or if it really hurts, of course, don't do it. So a few more here. Just breathing in our chair, maybe deepening, softening around the edges. Noticing what we're doing well, what feels right, not what we can't do. There's tons we can't do, but there's tons we can do. And then exhale, fold over your lap here, and exhale your hands down. Whew. Let's step the left and the right foot back, come into downward facing dog, hips up. You got it. Heart reaches forward. Inhale as you're ready. And then exhale, draw the navel to the spine. We're going to inhale that right leg up behind us. With the exhale, heel to butt, come up to the toes of the left foot. Bring your knee in and see if you can keep that heel raised and maybe step it down. It might just come to the center. You may have to help it. We're going to come into that lunge. Ooh. And then if you have your blocks, you can use them. Is I'm going to see maybe you keep your lunge high today. And if not, you can always bring that left knee down, position yourself, and then extend that left leg. So just noticing, perhaps you stay down, it doesn't matter. And then draw wherever you are, those inner thighs toward one another. Reach the heart forward, we're on a diagonal, you got it. Your body's on this diagonal. Feel like you're hugging your inner thighs, like your feet are drawing toward one another. And then inhale the arms up to the sides behind you. So, ooh, like we could take off, right there, flying in the wind, like Superwoman. Ooh. Can you lift the center of your body off the thigh, or imagine doing that, like engaging there. And just breathing. Reach those fingertips back. Breathe. Just Just feeling your adjustments. We're never really still, right? And then as you're ready to exhale, step the hands down, step the right foot back to meet the left, downward facing dog, pedal it out. And once again, inhale. This time we'll bring that left leg up. Exhale, left heel to left butt, knee in like we did before. Rolling kind of through plank, that partial plank, and stepping that left foot down. If the right knee comes down, it comes down. We maybe adjust or readjust or stay here. So you can extend that back leg and lift it or stay here. As you're ready, inhale, the heart reaches forward, lengthening through your spine, your arms reach back. Think about your palms facing in toward your hips, toward one another. And maybe lifting, drawing that navel in toward the spine. Woo. Inhale fully. We got this. Hug those inner thighs like they're drawing toward one another. Or maybe it helps to feel like your feet are drawing toward one another. Exhale, step the hands down, step the left foot back to meet the right. Woo! And then let's roll through the plank and glide our way down one more time. We'll come up to Cobra, or up dog, or baby Cobra. Opening up, releasing down when you're ready. And eventually we'll meet back in our meeting place, back in downward facing dog, right? Take a full cycle of breath here. Shake it off. Inhale that right leg up behind you. We're going to step that right leg through. You can do it the same way, heel to butt if that works best for you. Otherwise, come down and step the way that you step best. Here we go. And then readjust. Maybe it's a little wider stance. Maybe you were really wobbly. I don't know. I know I was a little bit wobbly. So maybe coming down and then coming up. Maybe using the block. So here we are again. Whew. Back in this lunge. And notice if all the weight's on the front foot, do you have to scooch a foot back? Okay, here we go. Why don't we come up to Crescent Lunge just to feel how it feels for a moment? And then as you exhale, same thing. Flip the palms, reach the arms behind you, and start to reach that left heel back as we kind of diagonal our bodies. So here we go. We're like, woo, looking over a beautiful mountain or something, a cliff. Here we go. And then it's going to be a little fun here. So here we go. You can keep the knees up or the legs up or down. We're going to inhale, bring the head over the left shoulder and bring the right arm forward. And then we'll do the opposite. Exhale, look over the right shoulder, right arm back. Inhale, it's like a little jogging arms. Going to the left with the left arm extending back, looking over the left shoulder. And switch. Right arm reaches back, look over the right shoulder. Again, the knee can come down. Inhaling, but then you just take a longer stance here. And exhaling. Left to right. So your head's going to follow the arm that goes back. I'm tired. One more time, wherever you are. Woo! And then exhale, step the hands down, step the foot back, downward facing dog. Feel free to move or stay still or even come to child's pose. Here we go. Inhale the left leg up behind you. Exhale, left heel to left butt, and then up through that version of plank, stepping the left foot forward, maybe a few steps or two, coming into your lunge. Let's come up to crescent all the way tall. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, flip the palms, let the arms come down and reach them back. Palms face one another. Heart opens, navel draws in. And then hinging, so reach through the right heel, like forward folding over that left thigh. So we're at a diagonal with our torso, with our bodies here. And if all the weight is in that right leg, how can you adjust? Right arm's gonna come forward, left arm's back, look over the left shoulder. And switch. Left arm forward, right arm back, look over the right shoulder. And switch. Right arm forward, left arm back, look over the left shoulder. Reach, reach, reach their fingers. One more time, switch it out, breathe. And one more time again, woo. Switching it out. Last time, navel to spine, switch it out. This time, exhale, drop your hands, step your left foot back to meet your right, downward facing dog. Ooh. Let's hop forward, exhale, walk, hop all the way up to the front of the mat, release, woo. Inhale when you're there, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale all the way up, arms out, and come into your steeple hands. Again, if the steeple hands don't work, you know, modify. Do something else. Maybe don't steeple. Maybe you hold on a different way. We fought all with your arms. So here we go. Tailbone reaches long, front of the head reaches tall. And then as you're ready, we're going to exhale, bending over to the right, maybe lifting the right leg out to the side. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, crescenting over to the left. Maybe the toe touches, maybe the foot flexes and lifts. I don't know. Inhale up. Exhale back over to the right. Nice and long. Inhale through center. And as you're ready, exhale over to the left. Nice and tall. Inhale up through center. Look up. Exhale, flip the palms and swan dive. A nice, long, luxurious swan dive all the way down. Hands to the mat. Oh, forward fold. Bend the knees. Let your back lengthen. Let your head and neck rest for a moment. And then as you're ready, inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale out and all the way up, arms over your head. Ooh. And then exhale, flip your palms and let them come down to the sides, standing in your mountain pose. And then we're going to go back with those hips again. And just bring your hands to your hips, feel their level, feel kind of like hugging in from the muscles to the bones, right? Nice and tall. Shoulder blades soften down. Lift the toes. Lengthen the soles of the feet. And then release the toes back down, nice and wide, right? And then as you're ready, I'll start left so you can see me. We're just going to start to shift the weight to the right leg and start to extend that left leg behind you. So you can bring the feet together rather. That's sometimes easier. And then just makes more sense. And then sliding that left leg back. So you're on your toes of your left foot. The right leg might have a bend, you might hold a wall or a dresser. So wherever we are, right? And then reach the heart forward. Shoulders soften down the spine. Navel draws in. And then if you'd like, you can reach that foot even further back, kind of like in a lunge chair. Ooh. And then inhale the arms out to the side like a bird or airplane wings. Inhaling fully. Exhaling, let the arms swoop down. Inhale out to the sides, up and out. Exhale, swoop them down. Kind of like hugging the navel in. And you can even lift if you want. Inhaling up. Exhaling, swooping down. Inhaling up. Exhale, swoop it down. One last time, inhale up. Maybe hold it for a minute wherever you are. Exhale, swoop it down, come to standing. Woo. Inhale, back up, arms over the head. Exhale, forward fold, release it down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, arms over the head. Exhale, hands to their heart center and down to the hips. Shift your weight, move your feet toward each other if you'd like. And then start to extend that right leg back, toes to the ground. So maybe just the big toe, who knows? Maybe you take a lunge and do it that way. So wherever you are, think about your hips being aligned here. So you're not feel like you're pulling right or left. Here we go. Reach the heart forward, reach the shoulder blades down the spine. You can begin to lever yourself, like lifting the back leg or not. We're going to inhale, open the arms like airplane wings out to the side. Exhale, bring them down in together. Inhale, opening them to the side. Exhale, bring them down and together, just a soft gaze. Inhale, open up. Think about your lower back, support it, draw the navel in. Exhale, arms down and together. One last time. Inhale, opening up, spreading your wings. Exhaling down and together, bring your right leg down. Woo. Arms can reach up and out. Exhale, forward fold, release it. Ooh. All the way down. And then heel toe your feet a little bit wider. Or maybe wider. Hands to the ground, bend the knees, and start to sit your butt back like we're reaching for that chair. And you can keep on lowering if your knees allow, letting your hips lower down and bringing your hands to prayer. Arms inside the legs, legs push into the arms push into the legs. We haven't done this in forever. Malasana. I can also show you, yes, thank you, Dee. Sit on our blocks and take a second, but then use that leverage. So here I am slouchy, but then I push my palms together, push my elbows and arms into the legs and legs into the arms, and then start to feel like I could get up off these blocks. So everything's engaged. The feet, the legs, the core, the arms, you got it. So wherever you are, in your version, breathing. For those of you who take off, feel free to take off, come into Bakasana or whatever, lifting the feet, crow, whatever, flying, if that's your thing, go for it. If not, let's just enjoy this nice opening pose. And as you're ready to exhale, let the hands come down. You can heel toe your feet back under your hips. Whew. And then one of two things, we're going to make our way to our backs. So we know there are two ways to get there. We either forward fold and then step down with our knees, or we can bend the knees, lift the heels, and squat down. Whew. Eventually making our way to our bottom. Finding the center of the mat. And then we're going to lay back on our backs. Pay attention to the way you feel and deliberately choose thoughts about everything to feel good. The ones that feel good when you think them. So, whatever it is, that heartbeat we're feeling. Okay. And then I'm going to have you lengthen the legs. So let's lengthen the legs. Ooh. Well, actually bend the knees. It's probably easier this way. Lift your hips and let's bring the arms beneath the fanny. So the palms are going to be down. We're going to walk the shoulder blades in. And then the hands are going to be beneath your buttocks. So the arms are straight. Pushing down on the palms of the hands. And then you can start to straighten the legs. And then walk the shoulder blades in. And now you'll feel like your hands are pushing down, your forearms, your elbows. And then we can make our way up. Look at your toes, flex your feet. And you can stay right here. Lift the heart. Push down on the arms, the forearms, the elbows, the hands. Flex the feet. Open the heart. If it feels good to you, you can drop the head. The top of the head comes back. Still pushing down on those forearms, those elbows. So we don't want the weight on the head. Lifting the heart. Supporting the heart from behind. Exhale, slowly release down. Whew. try it again. Flex the feet. Walk your shoulders toward one another behind you. Bend the elbows. You can lift up, or you can stay here. Or maybe you're somewhere in between, but somewhere that doesn't feel painful. Of course, the weight is not on the head. You're really using your strength of your arms and shoulders. And breathing. Flex the toes back. As you're ready, softening down one more time. Woo. Fish pose. Woo! Straighten both legs. Lengthen through your spine. Bring that right knee in. Give yourself a hug. Lengthen through the left leg. Maybe some ankle circles, foot circles. And then as you're ready, I forgot the bolster. Anyway, as you're ready, we can use the bolster here though. We can bring the bolster over to the left or whatever you have. And as you extend the arms out wide, you can roll onto that right hip, so rolling to the left. And let your leg rest on that bolster. So, lengthening through the left leg. Right knee's bent. Think about your right sitting bone reaching long, right? Bringing that right knee back into the chest. So you roll over. And extend that right leg nice and long. Left leg, bring that left knee into the chest. And then we're going to roll to the opposite side. So if you want to move your bolster back over, go for it. Extend the arm, the left arm, round that arm and shoulder. Lengthen through the long standing leg. Once again, drawing that left knee in, rolling onto the back. And then bring that right knee in to meet it. Give yourself a hug here. You can roll side to side. Come into some like gentle massage here. And then as you're ready, bring the hands to the kneecaps or to the shins. Widen the legs just enough so they could come and the knees would end up reaching toward your armpits. So flex the feet, lengthen the tailbone, ground your hips, the back of your hips, right? And just a little hug in. So we're lengthening and we're hugging. And then if you like, as you're ready, you can either step one foot down and do one leg at a time, or you can do both legs. What we're going to do is we're just going to keep those knees hugged in, not way, way out, but toward our armpits, right? And then we're going to start to straighten from the bottom of the leg. So the right leg's going to reach up toward the ceiling, so the bottom of the foot could be walking on a ceiling per se. And then the same thing with the left. Your hands can come behind your knees, or they can start to slide up the legs. And maybe they even come to the outside of the foot or feet. If you're doing one leg at a time, take your time and know when you feel like it's time to just transition and move to the second side. And we're just going to stay in our happy baby. Maybe we roll side to side if your both feet are up. Maybe the legs extend. Where might you soften? If you haven't done the second side, please do. A little frolicking with our feet and our toes before we eventually exhale, bringing the hands to the outside of the legs, bringing the legs in for another hug. And then as you're ready, exhale, step your right foot down, your left foot down. Whew. Oh, good, we have time. Okay, we can do a little bit more. So we're going to exhale over to the left, or right rather, whichever, and bring yourself up. So we're just coming back up to seated. Yep, we are. And if you have your bolster, great. Bring it in front of you, cross your legs. If you have your blocks, set them up under your bolster. Doing this out wrong way. Never mind, it doesn't work. I'm trying to do this without a lot of props. So we're just going to use our bolster wherever it is. And if you don't have a bolster, it's okay. You can just use your blocks. But all we're going to do is a nice restorative forward fold. So finding the height of the blocks or the bolster, reaching the arms forward and letting the forehead rest on the blocks. Again, if you have your bolster, maybe it's a big hug. I don't really know how I did this last time. Oh, there it is. I got it. 7 moments. And so think about still lengthening from your lower back wherever you are. But softening the forehead, softening the shoulders. Inhale, begin to walk yourself up. We're going to switch legs, whichever leg is in front. And if you don't want to, that's okay. Exhale, fold forward again onto your blocks or your bolster. Inhale, getting nice and tall one more time. Gently, lovingly, right? And now that we have blocks or bolsters here, we can use them. So bringing the knees back together, going to one hip, and then rolling onto your back side. Take your time. We can do a few things. We can put the bolster beneath the knees. Always feels so good. Or you can put the blocks beneath the knees if you don't have a bolster. Coming back to Shavasana. Arms can come out to the sides a little bit closer to the legs than away from them. So like 45 degrees. So that the shoulders can soften away from the ears. Let the hips be heavy. Let the head be heavy. The shoulders. The upper back. The back of your hips rest. Your fanny. If your knees are supported, let them rest. The lower part of the legs, whatever might be touching the heels. Feet and fingers are free, the mind is free, and you can soften and just absorb your practice, absorb the energy. Shavasana. You can stay here if you have time. Enjoy your Shavasana, lengthen it, extend it. If you have a lot of wonderful things ahead of you, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, enliven them, let them play. And as eventually starting to bend one knee and the other, bringing the knees into the chest. One more hug. Thanking yourself for coming this morning. And I thank you too as you exhale to one side. Take a full cycle of breath, whichever side you've landed on. Let it be full. And then curling the corners of the mouth up as you bring yourself upright to a seated or kneeling position. Grounding down to inhale and rise up, out and up, nice and tall. Stretching open, seizing the day, knowing that you are deserving of whatever you want. As you're ready to exhale, bring the palms and the finger pads, push them together and let them come right to your heart center as you bow your head to your heart. The light and the love that resides in me honors your light and your love and the miracle of you. Namaste.
Namaste, Chelle.
Thanks, ladies.
Have a great day. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Dee.